So we have you saw a whole bunch of cards there. Which, if any, would make this deck better, or is there a better deck? I saw you have plenty of card for a good Frost deck. So yeah, I think I started with the monster starter deck, which includes, well, it's pretty much a Frost thing. But I think that's what I played with on the first session. So would you recommend, I don't know, if you saw anything that would improve the Thrive? I don't see anything too much that would improve Thrive. Or, you know, do we just start from scratch? Can you read from a reward book? Yes, I can do that. Awesome. Let me just, I don't know. We'll just pick this, and we'll just do that. White Frost one, well, Frosty, I don't know, Frost, fine. So, on last page, then choose monsters. So let's save and exit. Yeah, save and exit. Didn't really exit though, did you? So rewards, but on the last page, last one, monsters, this one. Is this what you meant, Miamus? Okay, you've already opened everything. Yeah, I did this one first. What I'm currently working through are these two up here. I was not entirely sure. Like, on this tree, I think it's just ore remaining. So I was like, well, I could get ore, but it's not really special. So then I started focusing on this tree. Because then there's kegs and stuff in here. I mean, that's a skin, so that's not useful. But there's a premium base set keg, which I was close to. And a couple of ultimate kegs around there. Look for scrolls, go for story nodes, they give lots of ore. They do. I just figured going for things with actual kegs in it was better. Like this chest is 5. You get 200 ore, some scraps, and a premium base set keg. And as well, like the ore is the same as kegs. Yeah, I mean, 100 ore is 1 keg, right? But the I don't know, 250 ore. I mean, I can go back as well into this one and get the ore to get, you know, the story nodes here. What would I have to do? 2, 5, so 7, 8, 10, 17. 17 and I would get 850 ore. So maybe I should go down that route to get the 750 ore before going back to the other one. I don't know. Or if I did 17 and I got these ones. 3, 5, 8, 11, 13, 14. I'd end up with 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 50. I'd end up with more by not going for the story nodes. Or I'd end up with the same, but for less keys. Anyway, I don't have the keys just now. So, in terms of decks then, would you recommend building a new deck? No, build it. Did you gather journey rewards? No, because I don't understand journey. Again, the game doesn't really explain these things as a new person. It's just like, there is a journey, great, but what does that mean? And then you go into it and it's like, yeah, there's a journey. Didn't you know there's a journey? So it's like, what have I got? Like, sure, there's this stuff. Add armor 10 times. Maybe I should be trying to add armor. Or like, I think, did I go in here? Or like this series story, and it's like there's like 12 pages of this stuff. Like, I mean, I like lore and stuff, but journeys are just battle pass in main menu. Click journey, yeah. But then, there you go. She's doing stuff. So, I mean, if I had premium going past all those levels, I would also have gotten all those things. Fine. But what unlocks these things? It's like 12 to the next level. So I have to win rounds. If I win 12 rounds, I go to the next level. You can also choose what journey to complete. You got 2 for winning and 1 for losing. Two of these. Yeah. Oh no, at the end it tells you actually. These are different to the actual round wins. Oh no, you earn crowns for winning rounds. It's doubled first 24 pieces every day. I see. You also have daily bonus of crowns. I guess that's the doubling that happens. So the fact that this is saying, like, I'm level 9 on journey, but you were saying I could choose who I was on the journey with. So if I change back to Geralt, I would end up with more reward because presumably the first levels are easier to get to. No, they're not. But maybe once you got to the end of the reward tree, you would, I don't know, if you were really desperate for reward points and you knew that you were coming up to level 6, maybe you'd aim to get to level 6 with everyone. You've already depleted the bonus day, but you can just switch journey to have it back. Oh wait, so journey path only matters if you buy premium, which we're not doing. Otherwise, it's just keys everywhere. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I'm happy with keys because keys unlock ore, and ore unlocks kegs, and kegs unlocks other stuff. But so if I change to Geralt now, would I have a bonus? 14 bonus left, whereas on 1 bonus left. I see. So you should every day change this. I was clicking and I clicked maybe too fast. Did I just get a whole bunch of things because I'm on level 1 for these people? Oh no, I just got their face unlocked. Fine. So I should swap to Geralt, is what you're saying. If I'm going to play another. Which we might as well. But having done so then, I have now got a load of reward points. It would be nice if the game told you these things. Or maybe it did, and I mean, I'm sure it didn't, but maybe it did. So, we wanted ore. I mean, I was kind of close enough to the keg on the other one, actually. To me, spending the, was it 8 to get that seems good value. Because I don't know what a premium keg really contains. And then yeah, we'll deal with that in a second. And then we can go back here and get the ore. Otherwise it's just keto. Actually, scraps are more valuable, I think. Story nodes are first priority. Scraps are valuable for creating cards. Whether... Okay, so there is a scraps node down here. Yeah, I suppose rather than just hoping that you get the thing in the keg, that if you have the scraps, then you can build what you want. Story nodes are first priority. Which we were doing the calculation earlier. It was like this was for ore. It was better because it would cost me 17, but then I suppose I would have ended up with maybe a bit more because of those nodes. It's all the same. In the end, it's all the same. Yeah. If you just focus on a particular deck, then scraps are better. Yeah, because you can just choose the cards you want. I see. Cool. So we've exhausted our keys. Back to that question that I was asking before then. A deck. Do we want a deck? I mean, I'm relatively okay with the current Thrivey deck that we have. Do I want to build a Frost deck? I don't know, like, depends if I've got the cards for it. If I'm missing a whole bunch, that would be useful. You know, like this guy. Spawn and play Biting, Frost, Impenetrable Rain, or Fog. You know, do I need him? This guy's Wrath. Damage an enemy unit by the power of your highest power unit. If it was on a row with Frost, destroy it instead. You could use Koshi and Mana in Thrive deck. They are both 800 scraps. I'm just short of 800 scraps. I could go open some kegs to get some scraps. And what else is here and useful? Devotion also spawned Frost, so that's why this is coming up with Frost. On your opponent's melee and range rows equal to the amount lost during the last round transition. The first thing to create for Frost deck is Oberon. No, he doesn't exist. This guy. This guy. King Oberon, who, when you deploy him, will spawn and play a random Bronze Wild Hunt unit at the start of the round, while in hand or deck, and will evolve. All gold cards with Wild Hunt tag are essential for Frost deck, except Nithril maybe. He is so-so. Open full description. Oh, so the evolve thing is like one of these. Oh no, he would evolve into this. Oberon the Invader. And then at the start of the round, while in handle deck evolve. So you kind of want to leave it. Great player, Bronze Wild Hunt card. And then you want to leave it again because... So you want it to appear in your hand in the first round so that you... or in your deck, I suppose, is also fine. It will evolve. And you want to play it on the third round. from your starting deck. Whenever you play Wild Hunt unit, boost it by 1. He is king in first round, invader in second, conqueror in third. Yeah. I mean, it definitely sounds powerful. Can't afford him though. So I'm probably not quite in the right place, given the scraps, to start the Frost deck. Like, my current Thrive deck is probably, and if I search for relics, then you can just see how much I'm missing. Probably be useful. Oh, a unicorn. So maybe, Ebenezer, you were suggesting... What are you suggesting? You said something about the Thrive deck. Koshi and Mana. Like, I could just go back, exit without saving. That's what we're saying. Koshi. Kosh? Koshe. I'm not sure, but Relic's deck is expensive. Yeah, I mean, given the number of cards that I'm missing, it definitely looks expensive. And yeah, I don't have the scraps for this guy, do I? No, not quite. Almost. What does this guy do? Because it's built around the golden... those things. So... and those are probably expensive, those golden things. You need to spend as many scraps on it. This guy, what does he do? He's an insectoid. Whenever this unit Thrive is triggered, spawn a drone on this row, and a drone fall. Whenever this unit's Thrive is triggered, spawn and Dragon Lava on this row. So this is what the person used against me a couple of games ago. That they kept having Thrive active late on in the game, and it was just spawning endless lava. I can definitely search for that thing. But first, let me just search for the other one that Ebenezer mentioned, if it would let me. What was it? And mana. What was mana? Mana's this thing. Scenario: progress whenever you play a unit with Thrive. Fair enough. So at first it spawns a Cursed Damsel, which is what we already have. Yeah, we have one of those. Chapter 1, whenever you play a unit, if it would not trigger any of your Thrive units, boost it by 2 first. Yeah. So this would be definitely very good. And play the highest bronze non-neutral unit from your deck. That is a very good card. So yeah, I would like that. Find me one of those. I just need the scraps. Okay, well, and then yeah, if we look up this thing, if your starting deck does not have cards with a provision cost of 10 or more, play the top unit. Special and artifact. Play the top unit, special and artifact from your deck. Oh right, so in your deck, if you know, whichever one of those is first, the first unit in your deck, the first special card, the first artifact. Yeah, that is also good. But it's... so you'd need a low provision cost. Are relics all low provision cost then? I mean, not all of them. Anyway, seeing as I don't have the scraps for any of those things just yet, should we just play another round? We'll play another couple, and then I might have to disappear. Apparently I have a keg. Open kegs. I mean, I've got one. Oh, this was from the rewards. So my premium grant 5 premium cards from the base set, 4 of which are chosen at least common, 5th chosen from 3 cards. It's at least rare.
Bang! Wow! That me know how.
So some defender I already have 2 of. Hime Skulls, which deploying on the ranged row will draw a card and discard a card. I've already got lots of those. And a Tour Search Bearmaster, who will boost himself by the number of unique allied beasts, because he's a Bearmaster, fair enough. And he has an order which will damage self by his own boost, and damage that many enemy units by 1. Suppose that could be useful. That's... is that a Skeletor thing as well? We've already got 2 knights, so I don't need that one. Battering Ram. I mean, the warship, I think you guys told me to get last time. So it's probably... I don't know why I clicked that. Move self to the ranged row. Melee row. Then damage the highest power enemy unit by 3. Crew, choose the enemy unit to damage. Right, so if it's surrounded by soldiers, you can choose who to damage. And it basically fires. Fine. Yeah, it's fine. I will... Doesn't really matter. So, you think I should open more kegs such that I have the ability... I may end up with some of those cards again?
Yep! Must smash! Shoot!
So, I guess it's Flying Pig Day, because that's the 4th one of those we've had. We've also got plenty of those guys. We saw this hatchling earlier. Now we have 2. And Feast of Blood, I think we've had before as well. And in terms of our choice, we already have 2 of Naglfar's crew. So I guess we're going to go with the Aristocrat. What's the troll again? At the end of your turn, if you control few units, then your opponent boosts self by 1. Which, in a Thrive deck, I don't think we will. Oh no, we definitely have on occasion. But I'm mostly going to have more. Let's go with that. Another Feast of Blood, another Alp, another Egg, another Kikimore Worker. And we have 2 of those and 2 of those, so we'll take another Slizzard.
Crack! Smash!
Another Feast of Blood. There is... I don't know. What is it when you have multiple feasts? Like... I don't know. A good weekend. Another Hatchling. Another Foglet. Another Noonray. Okay. So we can either have a Foglet, which has Death Wish, and will spawn Fog on the opposite row for 3 turns. I mean, Fog is quite good. Start of the Oni's turn, damage the lowest power unit. Or the Succubus. They're turned into scraps. Yeah, the duplicates, that's true. Which is what we're looking for anyway. So I will have enough to at least create the mana, maybe? If you could choose one of the cards that you mentioned, the Koshi or the mana, I guess you'd go with mana. can't remember what Koshi did. Koshi was very good as well, actually. But mana seems a bit more, I don't know, mana-y. Yeah, I'm shaking my head as well. Which one of these? Deathwish or... Well, I suppose if we... We'll probably come back and end up with more succubuses later on.
Battle now is trash.
So a Night Wraith, but slightly different to a Noon Wraith, which on deploy will spawn 2 rats on this row, and on death will spawn 2 rats on this row. Okay. The Warrior. If this card would not trigger any of your Thrive, yeah, we saw him earlier. This Nest we saw earlier, which spawns 4 drones on an allied row, and another Alp.
Razzies.
And we already have 2 of these things, so we might as well get this Insectoid, which consumes an allied unit on order. Take Harpy. Sorry, it's too late. Premium. Alright, so... As in, it had the fancy background? Another Forktail. A Bridge Troll. What does Bridge Troll do? Death Wish. Boost the lowest powered allied unit by 4. Lowest power allied unit by 4. That's pretty good. But it is a Death Wish thing, so you'd need to consume it. And then if you're consuming it, then, well, you're taking the 4 to be consumed, but... Another Worker? Sure. Another Wyvern? Sure. So we already have 2 Griffins, and as I expected, we have now then got another Succubus. Should I just keep getting more? I mean, it's given me scraps at least, probably. But... So I can... Which one did you want? Or which one, I say, did you want? Did you think was better? The Koshi? Or the mana? Spawn a Cursed Damsel, followed by whenever you play a unit. Would not trigger any of your Thrive units, boosted by 2 first. Mana is better on its own, I think, and try mana. Well, I think that's a winner then. So we can craft the Mana's Dark Secret. And that is doomed and not resilient, but that's fine. Koshi also needs Karanthir for full potential. Don't craft yet. No. I have stopped crafting. What if you get it from a keg? True. So, shall I... If I keep going through the keg, shall I just, fill up on monster kegs? Try and get those monstery cards?
Crack! Smash!
Another Flying Pig. Garcane. At the end of your turn, if there is a bleeding enemy unit, boosts itself by 1. Sure. A Rot Fiend, damage a random enemy unit by 5 on Death Wish. And we already have 2 of those. Which requires Devotion, which is no neutral cards, which I do have neutral cards, so not useful for me. The Fleder, which you guys were saying earlier was useful for a vampire deck. So I guess we'll go with that. werewolf. Hideous Feast again. Spontaneous Evolution. Another Siren. And, well, we just had the Flooder. This Relic, though. We were looking to maybe get relics, and there's 2 here. Trigger a bronze allied unit's Death Wish ability. So I could use could work for Death Wish as well as relic decks. Mare or Lawn is bad. Trigger a bronze allied unit's Death Wish ability. Because he's only 4 points and he only triggers a bronze unit's ability. Mid one is best, so I will go with the middle one. A Drowner, which we already have 2 of, a Bridge Troll, which we saw recently, and the Beast, which is a Spectre, which we saw in that game. At the end of your turn, if this is not the highest power unit on the battlefield, boost it by 2. That's a it's decent in a dominance deck, or if the opponent is going to play high value cards as well. And the Vran Warrior. So this the Fiend is good for a Death Wish deck. The Barghest is, again, it's consuming stuff, but also good for dominance because it can consume with that dominance. Don't know, that sounds more interesting. Fiend is bad. Go with this one then. I was leaning towards it, but I'm glad you agree. Another Drowner, another Night Ray, another Garcane, another Giant Toad, which we like the look of. And we could have the Merylorn, which we found out earlier, not too long ago, is also bad. The Stalker is being suggested to me. Overpowered? What does he do? As order which can be used immediately. Predator. This ability can only target units with power lower than own. But it only has 3 power. Fine. So it can damage an enemy unit or consume an allied drone. It has a charge of 1. Whenever you spawn, 1 or more insectoids gain a charge. So it's an insectoid deck, but you know, if you have lots of insectoids, you're going to have the ability to damage a lot of enemy units. Very good in organic insectoid decks, yeah. I say yes. I'm agreeing because I don't really know. More effigies, more evolution, more slave traders, more plummets. And of these ones, I know we're saying it's bad, but I mean, I've already got 2 of the others, so I might as well have it. I mean, it's a card collection game, right? I should collect the card? I don't know. Yeah. I'll collect this one. Maybe next time you'll say it's just better to have the scraps. Or maybe it is better to have the scraps. Right, a Noonwraith, a Wild Hunt Hounds, another Plummard, an Incubus, which, you know, we chose him especially a couple of times, but I think we also have got the other ones that we could have chosen from. And given that you told me to go with the Stalker, I'm assuming that's one we'll go for this time. Unless the Self-Eater, which is very strange. Look at that. You gain scraps if you have more than 2 bronze copies, so it's better to take copies instead of bad cards. It's not totally bad, it has some situations where it plays well. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, as I was saying earlier, if you're looking for scraps and looking for cards, then that's good, but it depends if you're ever going to use the card. And maybe I just like the ability of having the cards. But you're right, if I'm getting more kegs, it's just going to appear at some point anyway, probably. Selfies are essential for relic decks. I see. Order. Halve this unit's base power, then spawn a copy with the same base power on this row. Whenever you play a relic, increase this unit's base power. So yeah, that is clearly aimed at relics. Well, we'll go with that then. I mean, I want both of them at some point for each deck.
Ahoy, hoy, human friend!
It duplicates and grows. In the relic deck, you mean? And all his copies grow. See. So, you're talking about this guy. Because I was reading it and it wasn't necessarily going in. Spawn a copy with the same base power on this row. Yeah, so he'll have loads of himself, then you play a relic. And they all grow. Yeah. Very powerful. So probably essential for a relic deck, as you're saying, Ebenezer. So we didn't find anything which is the ones that we were mainly looking for. But we didn't pull anything that was good for our current deck either. So I'm just going to go and craft this thing. Apparently I can't get enough. So I need to put that into the deck, which means taking something out of the deck. Instead of Eridan. Where is Eridan? Up here. Instead of Striga. So Striga, I'd need something at least above this line because I need to have 7 provisions back. Striga is good for dominance, damaging stuff, but I've got better things out there, I think, for damage. You can put Toad Prince as well. So let's take out this one. Toad. I've got 2 Toad Princes. When you play a Death Wish unit on your ranged row, summon self from your graveyard to the same row, consume it, and gain doomed. I mean, I don't have Death Wish, do I? None of these are Death Wish. It helps if you look at the right Toad, though, right? Yeah, Toad Prince, not Giant Toad, that's not Prince. I worked it out eventually. Consume a unit with 4 or less power. Yes. So this is the one who can eat your enemies and is completely annoying. Instead of Nithrol, which one? Oh, this guy. I don't know, I like this guy, but I never end up playing him soon enough because of the Thrive. It's the same thing that we were having with the issue with some of the other dominant stuff, is that this is a good card, but if you're playing your early... You want to play this early on, but with Thrive, you want to play your Thrive cards early so that they can actually thrive. So... we can get rid of him. Okay, so deck has been improved. Shall we give it a spin? Cool deck, nice and cozy. Let's go. Yeah, let us go. I mean, also, I spent my 1,000 scraps, so I need the reward points. Anyway, we'll hit play. And then we'll see how this works. We'll have one or two games, and I might need to run. And by run, I mean, you know, walk away from my computer slowly and go to sleep. But first we have to search for a worthy rival. I'd be okay if they weren't so worthy. Oh, it hurt me maybe. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, and if you think you would enjoy more, then please subscribe, or even join me live on Twitch. Whilst it's cliche, all of these will help the channel. On screen is something carefully curated, or something the YouTube algorithm suggests, or maybe even both. In any case, have a great day.